My name is Ruben Mpiima, and of course, in a special way, I am joined by two gentlemen from different institutions. You see them in uniforms and ask yourself why they are into the sports segment. But of course, we have the Inter-Forces Games. It's a 17th edition, and they will be sharing with you what they have prepared for the audience and for Ugandans at large. And of course, Bashir is not somebody you've been part of, but he's always here, and you can always, but he comes here on different things, not about on sports grounds. But this time around, he's actually coming in on the sports ground. And of course, we have one commissioner from the police also who will be discussing, because they are the hosts of the Inter-Forces Games. He will be sharing with us how prepared they are, how ready they are as an institution, and who qualifies to be part and parcel of the Inter-Forces Games. I'll start with the one on my left. That is Bashir. Good morning, Bashir.
Good morning, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Looking smart in the green.
Thank you. Always. Yes. Thank you for appreciating it.
Commissioner Muruya.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
You are really also smart in the police attire.
Oh, thank you.
I thought you would come in black. So there's police has a lot of uniforms. There's black, there's whatever.
I didn't know your preference, but they are all police uniforms.
Okay. Welcome to UBC Studios. I'm glad to have you both of you in the show.
Thank you.
And I think I will start with you, the host of the 17th edition of the Inter-Forces Games.
Yeah.
What do you have in store for us?
The 17th edition is supposed to be one of the best editions of Inter-Forces. We are planning to have a very good edition. First of all, what are Inter-Forces? Maybe I should go there first. Inter-Forces is a coalition of the four forces, the four armed forces in Uganda. And
so what are the four armed forces in Uganda?
We have UPDF,
yes,
Uganda Police, we have Uganda Prison Services and Uganda Wildlife Authority. So these forces come together to compete in various sports.
Yeah.
Among the games in which we compete, we have football, netball, volleyball, darts, taekwondo, athletics, what else? Handball.
Range shooting.
Range. So basically, they have so many sports, but for this edition, we are going to have 8 sports.
Yeah.
Now, we come together for very many reasons. And one of them is to create a good working relationship among the forces. To me, that's the biggest. The other reasons are many. We have creating fitness for our officers, creating synergies, which we shall expound as we go on.
Yeah.
The theme for this edition is fostering wellness and interagency cooperation through sports for a safe and secure Uganda.
Okay.
I think that summarizes almost all the things that need to be said about Inter-Forces.
Okay, I'll go to you, Bashir. We recently had issues with the security in Queen Elizabeth. And I thought you would first address that. Why games now? Why do we go for the games as forces?
One thing we need to appreciate is that, the incidents that happened in Queen are completely different from the objectives and spirit of the Inter-Forces Games.
Yeah.
And like we said when we were here, when we talked about this issue, in principle, we all agree that this was an isolated incident and it ended. Okay. Regrettable as it is, but it ended. We're a secure and peaceful country, and life has to continue. It turns out that the games had been planned to happen around this time. Now, we had to continue with our plans for the games, in spite of what happened. But most importantly, is that, like Afani Muruya here rightly alluded to the fact that this spirit of togetherness, the cohesion, I look at my colleague in the UPDF as a brother and sister. We look at ourselves as one family of the interforces. It is far, far, far important than who takes the trophy, than who is the best shooter, than who is the best footballer.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, when I travel, I go to Amuru, I just look for any police station and they welcome me as a member of the family. I look for any UPDF establishment as a member of the family, they welcome me. So that is very important. But also, in terms of the mandates that we do as the forces of the country, the armed forces, the mandates of these institutions are interrelated.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example. We all know that my brother here from police, they keep law and order. If you want to misbehave, they come for you. They make sure that society is orderly, and for you are withdrawn. When they withdraw you, where do they take you? We have our police, our colleagues in the prisons who receive you and keep you there. Now you are withdrawn. If you go to our colleagues in the UPDF, for them it is defense of the country and our borders, ensuring they're secure. For us, protection of the wild animals, the wildlife, and the persons inside these protected areas. So, in all that we do, we work together. You heard the other day when the president was addressing the nation, we said that the forces, police, UPDF, and prisons, rather UPDF, police, and UWA are working hand in hand to ensure that the parks are safe because of the interrelated nature of the forces in how we operate. Now, why these games at this time?
Okay.
These are games that we play on an annual basis. Every year we have these games, and they are hosted by a force. For example, last year, Uganda Wildlife Authority hosted these games and handed over the flag to Uganda Police Force.
For the next edition?
For the 40th edition of the 17th edition. UWA hosted the 16th edition. Now, after this game, as we wind up, as the curtains draw on the games, police will also hand over the flag to UPDF. You get me? To host the 18th edition. Because we know the sequence.
Okay.
And as the 18th edition also comes to close, UPDF will also hand over the flag at prisons to host the 19th edition. And as the 19th edition also comes to close, prisons will hand over the flag to UWA again. So that is how it is. And it's very important that we participate in these games because one of the things I want you to know is that when we hold these games, it's not only about competing on the fields. Yeah. Those few minutes of what we call artificial rivalry are not the most important thing. Is that there is an element of military-civil relations that we enhance through these games. These people who wear uniform and hold guns sometimes are perceived differently by the civil population. Okay. So the communities also come. They watch these games, you know, and they appreciate that. Okay, these people when they are not in uniform, then when someone is wearing only jersey, they are just human beings like us. That's one. Two. We also do some kind of corporate social responsibility. We do some interventions in the communities. For example, we have around 1,200 seedlings. We are going to plant trees in Masindi. We are working with the communities and local leaders to ensure that we leave a lasting memory that people always remember us for. If you go to Capital Town Council today, the trees that we planted along the streets are growing, and people remember us for that. Okay. So everywhere we go, we also including activities that enhance our relationships with the civilian population.
Okay, I'll go to Moses, Commissioner Moses. Yes. What's the aspect of sports development in the forces?
Sports development is one of the things that we take seriously.
Police was relegated to the big league.
Yes.
So is that development?
When you are developing, there are ups and downs. And sometimes, you know, in the forces, we have what we call retreat and reorganization. Sometimes when you stir around and you are not near even taking the cup, you need to reorganize. So we came back, we are reorganizing. Hopefully, by the end of this season, we shall be back in the Super League. Okay. And we are doing this a lot. We are trying to put as many resources as we can to develop sports in the police. For example, we are starting a sports complex at Kira Road. I don't know whether you knew about that.
When I pass there, I see the works there.
We have already hoarded off some land. We are starting a stadium there. Yeah. where we shall have many of our games taking place in that complex.
Okay.
We're also starting another semi-complex in Chikandwa, in one of our places in Chikandwa. So we are working on that. You know, sports development is not only about personnel, it's about infrastructure. So we are trying to develop the infrastructure as well as continue to develop to sport talent and develop them.
Okay.
If you can follow what is going on in the games now, for example, when you go to the athletics teams, when you go to the netball teams, when you go to most of these games, you'll find that police sends there very many people to participate.
Okay.
Cheptege is one of us. We have Chelangat. We have very many people on the athletics team. We have some ladies in the netball team. And so are our colleagues. For example, who has their people. Naka is there. Nanyonda, I think, is there.
Yeah.
Jacob Chiplimo.
Cheplimo is there. There are many. Prisons also has very many,
Okay.
especially in netball. So we are doing our best. We hope we shall go back to those old days when almost all sportsmen came from the forces.
Okay, talking about that, I'll go to you, Bashir. The presidential order, of course, President did order assigning jobs to top athletes in the country as significant development. Could you share insights into how this directive has influenced the performance and preparation of the forces for the inter-forces games?
Thank you very much. Actually, in response to the presidential directive, today, if you consult the federations or the National Council of Sports, and you see how many people go to represent Team Uganda, and then you ask them to tell you where most of these people are coming from, you find that 80% come from the forces, from police, from UPDF, from Uganda Wildlife Authority, and from prisons.
Okay.
This is in response
Is a fact, yeah.
to the directive by His Excellency the President. We are looking beyond creating employment, but rather being a center of sports development in the country. Because you see, when someone goes outside Uganda, Jacob Kiplimo is an athlete from Uganda Wildlife Authority, and when he's there, you don't see UA on him, you see Uganda.
True.
And this, to us, is very important. In addition to these people holding the flags from the various forces, at national level, they represent the country and they bring honor and glory to destination Uganda. So for us, this is important, but also we've gone ahead to ensure that we develop various sports disciplines in the forces. Okay. Let me give you an example. Muru has just talked about the disciplines in police. If you go to Uganda Wildlife Authority today, we have a football club, UA FC, currently is playing in the Uganda Regional League. You know, we haven't reached the big league, but we are following our big brothers. We are following in their footsteps.
You'll be delegated.
Yes.
The police was delegated.
They had their own share of bad luck. But like he said, they are rebuilding. And I think it's a good thing. So we have UA Football Club. We have UA Athletics Club. We have UA Darts Club. We are the national champions in darts for the last 5 years consecutively. Every
competing against who?
Other clubs in the country.
Okay, they might not be good enough.
They are actually
champions.
Let me tell you, you look at the team that represents the darts as Team Uganda. You'll find that out of 12, 8 are from Uganda Wildlife Authority. So that's how good we are. You get me? And the other day we are talking with my colleagues from police and UPDF and prisons. We said, in terms of range shooting, we need also to take it to another level now. Can we also have external people from the range shooting federations so that some of our best shooters can also go and compete at the global level? Because it's also a possibility. So in terms of advancing sports, recruiting sportsmen and women as per the presidential directive, in my view, we are doing very well. We need to do more because it has an implication. There's a cost implication. Every person you bring on board, this person has to be paid, this person has to be given uniform, he has to be fed, you need to have sports facilities. Muruya is telling you they are putting up a complex. The other day we wanted to secure land also for a sports complex, but we are hit by COVID up to now. Those plans were shattered, but hopefully going forward, of course, as we recover, we will be able to do so. But also ensuring that you need medical facilities for these guys. There is a lot that you need to do to have a sports club that is functional and efficient.
Maybe just to chip in.
Yes, Amuria.
We're also making deliberate efforts when we are recruiting people. Whenever we are recruiting our forces, we are making a deliberate effort in the form of affirmative action and giving slots to sportsmen. Special consideration. For example, if we are going to recruit next year and we are taking, say, 1,000 people, we can say 100 people slots can go to sportsmen from all over. So we go around identifying talents and we recruit them, train them, give them the necessary equipment and facilities, and they become national heroes.
Talking about recruitment and, of course, sportsmen, this takes me to a question where, you know, now there are roles here in the police or in the forces. From your perspective, from beyond their participation in sports, do the athletes within the respective forces have additional duties or responsibilities? If they do, how do they balance their roles as athletes within their obligations as members of the security forces?
Every institution has what they call schedules, and every schedule has a time frame. So our athletes do other duties because one of the subjects or topics taught in all schools, military schools, is what we call multitasking. You should be able to do more than one thing at a time. So much as we give them time for training, but we also assign them duties that will not affect their sports careers. For example, if you're a footballer and you are training maybe twice a week or in the evenings, we can give you some light duty. You can come and be at the counter during the day. So after 4, you go for your training. That's something that will not strain you to destroy your career. So definitely they do other things, because if you left them to do only sports, they will get bored. You can't do sports from Monday to Monday without another thing.
Absolutely.
Bashir, one would love to understand the importance of these games. What is the importance of these games? If we would do away with them, can't we survive as forces?
Yeah, you would survive, but the question is, how relevant would the forces be? I already told you that these games, first of all, they demystify that uniform you see people wearing. They demystify gun holding. The other day when we were opening the 16th edition, we had a match between the forces and the community. You get me? And the community won. They took the trophy. they defeated the forces. You get me? So that alone. Because if you are going, you see, the forces shouldn't be only looked at as forces. They are part of us. They don't operate in a vacuum. We operate in a society where we have the civil population that we must work with. That's one. But also the fitness of the forces, like Muria talked about it. The forces are supposed to be fit all the time. And then this whole idea of beyond your usual duties that you do, what extra activities can you do, for your own good? People have skills. So ideally, we as forces, we are supposed to support the development of these skills. And that's the other consideration behind the games. But most important, like we said, the spirit of the collaboration among the forces, and also this whole idea of solidarity. Now, the 17th edition is here for us. And on Friday, on 17th, we are having the official media launch. The media launch will be at police headquarters. Naguru.
Yes.
Afani Muria, you want to add on that?
Yeah. We shall have a media launch on Friday at Naguru.
But the police has an allowance for the media. That one I am sure.
I don't know.
The media people don't need
I don't know where you got that. But first of all, we should just first serve the nation. The money will come.
Yes.
But the media launch will be there on Friday, and there will be some arrangement, definitely.
Public is invited, or is only the media invited?
Mainly the media. You know, being police headquarters, we can't invite everybody.
True.
We would prefer the public to watch from the screens, because it will be live on most of these screens. And but of course there are some few people we shall invite. So expect to find all the chiefs from the 4 forces there, and the media, definitely. This is just the beginning of the campaign, the media campaigns. It will be at police headquarters Naguru, starting at 11. At 11, and we shall go until we are done.
Okay.
But like Bashir had said, there is one thing that I feel we shouldn't leave out among the importance of these games. Many of you have seen us operate together in the field on many occasions, even when we are in the town here, and we are keeping order, political rallies, dispersing riots. We are together with all forces come. You will see CMI, you will see UPDF, you will see UA has been hiding in the background.
They have no resources.
I know
they don't have
they
resources.
Support us morally.
Yes.
So we work together. So one of the biggest challenges we have been having is the issue of finding yourselves in the field and you look at each other as strangers. You find a major from UPDF and he has never met a DPC of Wandegea. But you are in the same field. You are all dispersing the same riot. So it becomes difficult for you to relate freely.
Okay.
So as we come for these games, it helps us get to know each other personally and become friends. Start doing things casually. When I find Hanji in the field, I just say, Bashir, this man here, help me. When I find somebody from military police, I should be able to just say, Commander, shika huyu, tuende mbele. Something like that. So it helps to ease the relationship and the cooperation as we build synergies in our roles, because the role is one, securing our people and our country.
Okay.
There is nothing beyond that.
Okay. Bashir,
Yes.
if Corporal Ruben won, let's say, the marathon, is there it comes with the prize money, or it's just a medal and you go back home?
Actually, it turns out that the winners win big.
Okay.
It turns out, but also.
Are there ranks to win?
Ranks?
Or to get?
Yeah,
if
now
you
that
win?
one is at the force level.
Okay.
For example, police can say, for us, this man brought us this, we are promoting him to this rank.
Okay.
For us, we can say, this one brought us this, we are promoting him to this rank. But that is now at force level for sure. But the National Organizing Committee, where myself and Maria sit, have put up prizes, trophies, medals, you know, in all disciplines. If he's the best shooter, will go home with a medal and an envelope, you know. But this is a by the way, in my view, the medals and the trophies, because where there's a competition, surely there must be a winner.
True.
But all the forces are usually winners in this whole thing, because by virtue of participating and successfully concluding the games, I'm sure we've never heard of any incident in the inter-forces. Do you know why?
No.
The discipline of the forces. Okay? The discipline of the forces is, I don't know.
Exceptional.
It's exceptional. So by the fact that we can hold these games successfully for like 3 weeks and they end without any incident, that is a success for us already. Okay? Because we've known each other and a few have gone home with trophies and medals. So there will be trophies and medals and envelopes for winners in all the disciplines: range, football, netball, volleyball, taekwondo, mention it. You know, athletics will have all these, and there will be winners. They'll go home with trophies and medals.
I would love to see the CDF General Body.
Sure, you should.
But running on that track. Moses, your parting remarks.
Well,
Official opening.
we invite all of you people to come to these games. We shall start with the Chigo with the range. which will end on 24th.
Okay.
Then we shift camp to Masindi, where we shall stay from 24th. Actually, the teams in Masindi are arriving on 23rd, and we shall stay up to 1st.
Okay.
Our official opening ceremony will be on 27th, and the official closing ceremony will be on 1st. We invite all of you to come share with the forces. We are people like any other person. We just changed the image when we started putting on uniform, but before that we were with you in university, we were with you in these primary schools. So we are the same people. So we call upon people to come, get to know us. If you have challenges you've been facing because you can't access police or army or you just come and have free chats with the people. By the way, we are going to have a camp of over 1,000 people in one place.
Okay.
Eating together,
sleeping
together,
all in Cavalier.
You do so sleeping together?
As in shared accommodation.
Okay. Go ahead, Moses.
So it will be really good interacting with us. We even encourage the corporate society to come. Sponsors, if they are there, come sell your produce, sell your products.
Okay.
In Cavalier. We are going to be there for over a week, and you have 1,000 people on the ground. I know this will be a good market. It will be a good in-route for business people and personal interaction.
Okay, thanks very much, Moses. I'll go to you, Bashir, for your parting remarks.
Yeah, this is an event that brings us all together, and the most important thing is that people out there should not look at these games as games of the people, the forces alone. They should look at these games as games that bring us with the civil population together. We invite them to come, spectate, support. You know, out there, different forces have supporters. Feel free to come and support your police team if it's playing. Feel free to come and support Uganda Wildlife Authority when you are playing. Feel free to support prisons. Feel free to support UPDF. But come. Let's be together. We are all citizens of this country. And what we are doing is for the advancement of the goodness of us as God's people and as citizens of Uganda.
Okay.
We invite you to come, join us on 27th when we are opening at Cavalier Police Training School in Masindi.
Yes.
Be with us. We will give you an opportunity to come and spectate. We plan to have athletics, I think, outside.
Yeah, the athletics will be in Masindi Stadium.
In Masindi Stadium. So people should come and cheer up Uganda Wildlife Authority runners. You know, we have the best runners. Come and cheer us up, and also cheer police.
You know, they have the best runners that have never taken any trophy. That's for another day.
Yes.
Okay, but what I can assure you, many will come and to support the police. Police these days have recruited some beautiful officers, female officers. So many might come to support the police, but I don't know about who you are.
Most of our beautiful ladies are down there in the park, of course, but they will be on the track.
You don't have
they will be on the track. You know, the sun and the conditions in the jungle all the time makes them very dark.
And proximity to animals.
But black is beautiful.
I want to thank you, Moses, for coming in, and of course Bashir. But the police are doing well in terms of beauty. We've seen people, traffic officers on the road, and nobody drive and want to be stopped by traffic officer because of how the lady looks.
We choose the best for traffic because we know that's your interest.
Okay, the Interforces Games are on, of course. Let's be part of them. Friday is the launch. Let's be in Naguru for the launch. And I know that many media houses would actually love or would go to cover that, and let's give them enough mileage and coverage, because these forces, I would love to. Security and the civilians are actually apart. They're far away from each other. We need to come together. We need to come close to each other by engaging in these games. Let's support. Let's be part of the games. Unless otherwise, we've got to go. And these two gentlemen, maybe they will return someday. Will you come back?
Yes,
yes.
We'll need you someday to come back.
Once our media person programs us, we shall be here.
That's very good. They will be here to discuss more regarding that. But of course, from us, have yourselves a lovely day, and bye for now.